Hi, I'm Catherine Bird, and I am bringing you this transmission today because this has been coming through a lot with a lot of my clients and people who are reaching out to me right now. And I would like to bring some more clarity as to maybe some of the things that you might be going through right now and are related to lineages, ancestors, trauma, the codes, genetic codes, DNA, and our shifts in consciousness that are occurring. So. Now in the collective, there is a shift that you are aware of. You have seen it, felt it. You know it inside of your own body, in your own system, in your own transformational and awakening process. Many of you are going through what might be felt as intense awakening experiences, healing processes, transformational moments in your life. These might be experienced with a significant degree of intensity. You might be questioning, maybe even your sanity, but what exactly is happening? And for some of you are in this moment doing deep work for not just yourself. It can be a mistake to be searching so deeply within yourself at times. You can get lost in this idea of healing yourself and working on yourself. You are indeed healing and working on yourself. There's no mistake in that. But what is being expressed in the need for you to have context around is in the awareness of the larger collective picture, in the way that you are here to work and serve in a shift in consciousness for humanity. And in this, the shift in consciousness, it is not just happening on a spiritual plane. Obviously, it must occur within the human being, within the bio form and the bio fields of humanity. And the process of shifting and changing the consciousness is one of working through the bioform and working through the field. And this, in turn, will work on the collective field, the biofield of the planet that you are inhabiting. So many of you have come to do very deep, significant work in this way through your physical body to shift and change the basic codes that you are working with, your DNA, your genetic structure. Working on this level of being is in service of a change in the genetic code, in the structure of the DNA that you are inhabiting, for the purpose of allowing higher states of consciousness, awareness, collaboration, communication, new societal structures, new ways of being, new eras of health, vitality, self-awareness, and self-love. And relationships, communication, as I've been saying, being with others in a higher way. And this is happening on a societal level. Now, you are one piece of that. You could think of yourself as a cell in the larger organism that is humanity. And as you are working on yourself and with yourself, you are to have a larger effect. Now, working in the genetic structure, working within the DNA, changing these codes for the collective well-being, for the collective evolution, it is working through the past and the future simultaneously. You cannot separate these aspects of your code. So as you are working, many of you are working through your lineage. You're working through the physical lineage that you were born into. Some of you, this is a very challenging experience. There is a lot of trauma, addiction, abuse, neglect, poverty, war, all of these traumas that have happened through your lineage are now coming up and being healed through you. And you are feeling this energetically, emotionally, you're feeling this in your life, maybe having confusing experiences, having aspects of your being that feel like you are remembering, or you are being called to do certain things that are healing processes for people that are not you, parts of yourself that you are unsure that you've ever had a trauma in, that you've ever had a problem around. Others of you are having more what can be called past life remembrances, moments in other lifetimes that are occurring that are having an effect in the now, that you are working on now to clear, to purify, to heal, to love, to accept, to go through healing processes around, so that you may find a greater state of balance and love and wholeness, connection to your source light. So that there is this healing phenomenon that is occurring throughout the system, throughout space and time. You can look at it linearly, which it is not, where imagining that you are in this ball of light, that as you express yourself into greater realms of self-awareness, of consciousness, of love, compassion, gratitude, peace, that you are pressing out. And as you press out, those behind you, those in front of you, like dominoes falling, are also feeling this repercussion. This repercussion reaches forward and backward through time and space. And this has an effect on the genetic structure of your personal codes, and also throughout time, the past, present, and future, so that it is supporting the future evolution and consciousness that is unfolding in front of you. And so this is, let's say, imagine that you have decided to come to a place to build a great temple that will welcome in beauty, light, love, a new era of connected spirituality and community. And you have decided to take on a fundamental aspect of the building, setting the stone, digging the trenches, carrying the objects to the temple. And so this is why it can feel in some ways like an exhausting experience that you're having, that you are doing a lot of work. And sometimes it can be confusing because you may be having sort of energetic movements coming through you that you cannot quite place your finger on. You are maybe confused by images or pictures or what feels like memories moving through you. It is important that you not attach too strongly to the maybe images or visions or memories or information that you are getting, but that you continue to care for yourself, to move the energy, to do the healing work that you're being invited to do for yourself, to continue to do the practices that are going to welcome in this new era, to be in contemplation, in silence, in meditation, in a movement of energy, in welcoming in new ways that you can love yourself more fully, to understand yourself more completely, to be in a higher alignment, to forgive, to forgive, to forgive, to forgive yourself, to forgive your past, to forgive your parents, to forgive their parents, to forgive their parents before them, and in this, to welcome in a new space of light and love within yourself, shifting and changing your own codes now. As you do this, as it has been said, past, present, and future are then open to new possibility. There is a new possibility for you to step into. And as you step into that possibility, it is reverberating to all those around you. And you are doing the work that you came to do. You are doing the work of supporting the collective change, the collective shift, the collective awareness of love and light and human potential, of connection and collaboration, of community, of supporting each other, of holding space for each other's most divine aspects to shine through. You might think that this means that you should be doing some such thing. You should be working at this or doing this or being more of this or being less of that. Try not to get caught up too much in that as well. It is very easy to, you have the tendency to get very caught up in all of the stories of all of the things. And just to watch yourself on this, it's not necessary to go down these roads of what I should be doing or this or that. If I was doing this, then I would be that. I would be happy if I was this, or I could love myself if I was that. Well, that's actually not the point. The real work, as you like to call it, is to love yourself no matter what, and to then be in that field of expression in the world, that you, loving yourself, loving others, loving the world, doing the pieces that you can, as it comes to you, as you are guided to it. These are changing the world. These are purpose. These are life. And to acknowledge what you are doing, that you are changing at a very deep level, that you are welcoming in new consciousness, that you are becoming a new human, that you are supporting a grand shift in humanity changing itself, that you are stacking the blocks of the temple. And it's getting dark. When I'm when I'm tuning into this and I'm seeing this, there are the images of the dominoes. There are the images of space and time and many different places that are being involved. And one of the things that is coming through very strongly is really to have a lot of patience for yourself and a lot of self-care, to get a lot of extra sleep and nurturing food and drink a lot of water and really have patience for yourself. And if you feel confused, if you feel like things don't make sense, more patience, more kindness, more self-love, and to be sitting in that for yourself. And if you're struggling or if you feel like this is where you're at, I hope that this information has been helpful to you. I hope that this has landed for you in some way to help you to kind of sort out where you're at in your process and what you might be doing to support this collective shift and change. And so I'm just sending you an enormous amount of blessings and love and light, and so many prayers for your grace and unfolding. And I am so honored to be on this path with you and to be in this exact moment of time on earth with you. And I am cheering you on.